Hey guys, today we're back with another firearms review. And today on the channel we'll be reviewing the ALG Defense El Jefe. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be reviewing the ALG Defense. This is the El Jefe rifle. This is a brand new rifle out on the market, just come out on the market probably about a month and a half ago at this point being the time of release of this video. That being said, if you all didn't know, ALG Defense is a sister company of Geisley. It is actually owned by Bill Geisley's wife, so kind of interesting there. Before we get started in with the actual full review though of it today though guys, I'd like to tell you all how we come across this rifle. After we done the meltdown on the Geisley Super Duty upper, Geisley actually come to me and said, hey, would you like to review this new El Jefe rifle that we have come out with, the mil-spec ready rifles, kind of how they worded, and I said, sure, I would. So they sent this out to me free of charge, no exchange of money or anything like that, but they said, you know, give us your honest review on it and let us know what you think about it. So here we are. So starting out with this rifle here, from what I can tell, they wanted to build a rifle to where if you are a police department or somebody that's wanting to upgrade your low-end rifle and wanting to get a all-in-one rifle, they wanted to make it to where you buy one rifle and you're pretty much done with it. Same thing like I was talking about a minute ago with the police department. You want a little bit higher-end mil-spec rifle, but you want it to have everything that you need for your police department, your optic, everything else, sling, and that's what they attempted to do here. Whenever you're considering what a older patrol rifle was, this here is leaps and bounds above it. But we'll get into a little bit more specifications right now, working tip to butt. So up here in front you have a A2 flash hider, just a standard flash hider as you can see here. Your barrel is a 1 in 7 twist. It is a type of government style profile barrel. Trying to see underneath them handguards, show it to you, but it tapers in the center, then tapers back out to a medium profile in the front. Free float M-lock handguard, mounts up here in the back with these 4 screws. The handguard itself does not wobble at all, so I like to see that. It comes from factory with this Warner and Swayze red dot on it, which is a 3 MOA dot. The Warner and Swayze dot itself, or optic, may I say, comes with iron sights built in with it for a quick sight acquisition if your red dot does go down. So that was one thing that kind of struck off on me, is that hey, it didn't come with iron sights, but whenever I learned that the red dot here has built-in iron sights for quick acquisition, I was like, well, that ain't too bad then. Working a little bit back to it, you have just a mil-spec upper here. You have a standard mil-spec charging handle. You have a standard mil-spec dust cover, brass deflector, and forward assist. So everything looks normal on it. Same thing for the lower. Everything looks pretty much normal on it. Nothing fancy or anything like that. You have the ALG Defense. And just in case you was wondering, El Jefe is not wrote anywhere on this gun. So if you like a gun to look as, I guess you would say, plain as possible without all the writing on it, kind of like how Springfield has Saint wrote all over their firearms. This one, the only thing it has writing on it is ALG Defense. So if you like that, this gun has that for you. You have a single side safety, which is very positive. One of the most positive safeties I've heard in a long time. It is notched on the right hand side though, to show if you are in fire or safe if you have it ejection port up. So I like that about it. You have an upgraded mil-spec trigger. The trigger in it is good, and it is better than a mil-spec trigger, but it's not a Geisley trigger. It is a standard though, I guess you would say duty type of trigger, but it's better than a mil-spec trigger, so I like that. You have the Geisley branded grip here on the bottom that feels really well. Kind of more of an A2-ish style of slant to it, but still feels really good in the hand. Doesn't hurt my wrist or anything like that. Moving on back here, you do have a QD point here at the underneath the castle nut. So I like where you can mount something here if you need to. You have a B5 sock mod system stock, one of the best stocks out on the market right now for comfortability and being able to store anything up here that you need to. And on the other side, it's waterproof. You also have a QD mount here in the back. And yes, it is a 6-position buffer tube. It's pretty nice. So getting into a little bit of specifications from Geisley's website, we will read them out loud right now while looking at the rifle here. ALG Defense El Jefe rifle is designed for a shooter looking for a mil-spec class rifle as a solid price point. El Jefe is a complete rifle system with an included sling and Warner Swayze red dot sight. The receivers are mil-spec top 3 hard-coat anodized matte black. El Jefe's handguards is a well-known ALG V3X featuring a slim round profile with low vias M-lock slots. The V3X uses ALG rock-solid large diameter barrel nut for the ultimate in stiffness and resistance to rough handling. The bolt carrier group is made by Geisley. All parts of the bolt carrier group are manganese phosphate coated except for the chrome-plated firearm pin. The trigger is actually the ALG Defense Advanced Combat Trigger. Like I was saying, it feels really good, better than a mil-spec trigger, but not super dynamic or anything like that from Geisley, but a really good trigger as well. It's used in countless police rifles, including the U.S. Border Patrol rifle. The ACT sets the high bar for smooth, creep-free combat trigger. The barrel is a button barrel and chrome-plated. A 5.56 NATO chamber will eat both .223 Remington and military 5.56 munitions. Hard chrome plating is the most effective method of making a true hard-use combat barrel. The owner of the El Jefe will get a long-life barrel where accuracy is maintained for thousands of rounds, even if shot at a high firing rate. To complete the rifle system, El Jefe comes with an M4 carbine mil-spec web sling, a pair of steel QD swivels. The cherry on top is U.S. engineered Warner and Swayze 3 MOA red dot with an integral backed-up iron sights, so there's no need to separate backed-up iron sights set. The El Jefe is boss of quality, reasonable priced AR-15s. It is the perfect addition to the gun rack of any sports shooter, law enforcement officer, or home protector. Which is kind of what I was saying a minute ago, that guys, this to me is what they was going for more than anything. It's just a really, really good law enforcement self-defense rifle all around, and it has everything that comes with it from factory. Not meaning to throw off on anything, but one thing I did find that I did not like is the swing that comes with it from factory. The sling itself, it's just a standard nylon sling. It can change its length if you need to just by these buckles, but it is a cheaper sling. This is one thing that I would probably have to throw away with this rifle, or just put away and not use it at all, because as me being a law enforcement officer myself, sling is something I need to adjust on the run. Yes, it can get the job done if need be, but the way that I run my slings, I would prefer a Magpul sling or something like that. So this is kind of useless to me, but it's thoughtful that they put that in the box, because some departments don't even issue out a sling. So it's a little bit better than having nothing, but there's a lot of other different slings that I would recommend over this one here. Also as well, like I said, I understand what they was getting at, but the Warner and Swayze red dot, I like it myself. Is this one that I would want on my duty rifle? No, because I'm more of a 1 MOA, 2 MOA at the extreme dot for my rifle, because I need it to be as precise as possible. 3 MOA is great for quick acquisition, don't get me wrong, but I would rather it be in a 1 MOA or a 2 MOA dot over the 3. 3 is not bad, but like I said, that's just my personal opinion. Some people out there might think different. Backup iron sights on the top of this, we did try and take a few shots with it today. With that, they done fine, especially whenever you do have the red dot sighted in. This isn't something I would take a hostage shot with, though, or something like that, as all it is for emergency use only. So I understand the ideology behind that, and it's fine. But like I said, I think that they might have been a little bit better off selling 2 different variants of the ALG El Jefe, one without the sling and without the red dot, making it probably about around $900 rifle instead of the $1,200, maybe $1,000 straight across the board. But that is one thing that I would have had an option for, is had it to come with this or had it to come without, and that's just my personal opinion on it. I like the red dot, but just the way that I use my rifle in my duty ways, or my normal duty usage of a rifle, I would just rather prefer it to have a little bit smaller of a dot up here. So going to the actual shooting portion of the review though, guys, it done really well on the range today. The barrel itself, where it's a mid-length gas system, The actual punch with it felt great every single time we was shooting it. In comparison to the first duty rifle I was ever issued, which was the Bushmaster XM15E32, this thing is leaps and bounds above it. Just the impulse felt great with it, and I just really enjoyed this rifle, especially coming from something like a Bushmaster. Say if you was just upgrading from a 2000s or early 2000s model rifle to this right here, I think that your units would appreciate it. Or guys, if you're coming from like say an Anderson or a lower end rifle itself, I think this is a great upgrade as well. That being said, there's a few things that I would have liked to have seen upgraded as well. Like instead of the mil-spec charging handle, I would like to have been a Radiant Raptor or Geisley's Airborne charging handle. That was something that I would have liked to have seen. Everything else though, guys, for what it is a great rifle. That's really the only cons that I can see about this. It was a great shooting. The accuracy on it was great as well. We done some accuracy tests with it, and with the I think it was open tip match Sig Sauer ammunition, we was getting groupings of right over 1 MOA, not under, but right over it, so that is good for a combat rifle. With 55 grains, we was printing about 1.79, 1.8, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot to write it down, to be honest with you all, but it was really, really good and accurate as well with just normal 55 grain ball. So guys, overall, if I had to recommend this rifle or not recommend it, which one would I do? I would recommend it just because it is made by a brand that stands behind their products. If something goes wrong with this, you can send it back to ALG or Geisley, and they will fix it 100% and send it right back to you. This gun looks absolutely amazing. No imperfections anywhere on the finish or anywhere on the rail itself. Just done absolutely work today, and I really did enjoy shooting it. So guys, if you have any questions or comments on the ALG El Jefe, please leave it in the comment section below and get back to you as soon as possible. But once again, thank you to Geisley for sending this out. But guys, as you all know, if you have watched my videos at any time, doesn't matter if somebody sends me something or not, I'm 100% honest with my reviews. So guys, once again, thank y'all for viewing. As always, like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.